Maximise your betting profits. The horse race predictor leads the way. Good morning to everybody. It's lovely to see you all, or to sense you all, because obviously we can't actually see you. There's a 20-second delay through my speaking here. If someone can type that they can hear me, then we'll know we're good to go. I can see Paul Watson has joined, Johan Bergs, Mr. Higgins. Can everybody hear me? We'll just wait for that to come back. If you can hear me, we're just checking things here, so bear with it. John White, yeah, thank you very much. That's great. Before I actually begin, let me just remind you that we've got a delay on questions. We will see the questions. We will get to the questions. So if you ask a question and it's not immediately answered, don't think it's been lost. We'll get to it. Right, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to keep it pretty brief. I'm going to give a broad overview to the horse race predictor. Obviously, we've had a few weeks since the last broadcast. This broadcast will remain on the link for you to review it later. And once I talk about the 1000 in 10 minutes and show you what's what, I fancy that you're going to be wanting to review it. So fear ye not, that will be in place. Now, horse race predictor, it is designed for new starters to horse race betting. If you have never placed a bet before, you could not be in a more optimum place to begin this task. It's also designed for experienced players. I know that there are a couple of experienced players here at least. So even if you've been betting for a long time, this is going to help take it up to a new level, or certainly enhance what you're doing, because there's nothing else like the horse race predictor anywhere. We've designed it to build enjoyment into your betting. This is so important. We want to get up in the morning and look forward to opening up the kit, seeing what's there, planning out our day, not spending too long, but a little bit of interest on the side. Enjoyment is always greater, of course, when you make a profit, and that's the name of the game. The members homepage, we're just going to look at that again. This is where you navigate the site, okay? It'll give you multiple ways to make a profit. Don't forget, this is your invaluable betting companion, and in our club betting you can follow the experts or develop your own profit strategy. Right, the theme of this is £1,000 in 10 minutes. Now, I've been doing this for 6 months or so, okay, since we've been trialling Horse Race Predictor. Obviously, it's been launched less than that, but we had it up and running for a long time. Now, the news is I didn't quite manage to make £1,000 in 10 minutes this week, but the good news is it was much more than that. And it was also done in a lot less than 10 minutes. So let's just have a look. We're going to go back to Monday now. I want to talk you through what happened. Now, I do the same thing every day. This is Monday, the top rated section. So you just click on in the HRP method suite, click on top rated. There you get all the top races, all the top rated in time order. Now, if you want to check the results here, it's here, so you can go to Timeform and check everything, but as I'm sure you know, we wouldn't say it if it wasn't the case. Monday. Now, I want you to concentrate now. What you're looking at, you can hear us, okay, just checking everyone's hearing it. What you're looking at is a list of the top rated horses, HRP top rated horses for Monday, in time order. The first race, 12:30, Ludlow, The top rated is 4C. Now, that was third favourite in the race. Look at the colour. HRP race grade, green. Look at the favourite percentage, 49%. That is a favourites race. 4C, the top rated, was third favourite. I do believe it placed, but it didn't win. I omitted that bet. Look at the next bet, 12.55 Kempton. It's amber, not a favourites race. 3 runners. Crook's Peak was top rated. I can tell you on that race, 1 runner was a non-runner, so there were 2 horses running in that race. Crook's Peak was second favourite, and there was an odds-on favourite. It was a no-brainer. Crook's Peak was the bet. Let's have a look at the staking. Right, there you can see my bank. 1 bet, 1 stake. £200. BSP odds was 2.9. Okay, second favourite 2.9. 1 going away by about 12 lengths in the end. £380. Job done. Tuesday. So that took less than a minute for me to organise that bet. Tuesday, same thing. What are we looking at? Top rated. In the method suite. Now there are 2 things that drive my daily betting, and I advise you for the same 2 things to drive your daily betting. I want my best bet and I want my earliest bet. So that is, I want my earliest bet to be my best bet. Let's have a look at Tuesday. 12.10 Southall, Anna Jamila. Look at that odds movement. Let's talk about that for a minute, because those green figures are going to be very important for you each day. I want you all to look at Anna Jamila. Top rated in the race, one of the top rated of the day. Any horse that's got 40 or over is looking good, okay? Forecast odds, that's the odds that it was forecast. They're called the tissue odds. Latest odds are the first odds that are offered when markets opened. Forecast 4.33, latest 2.62. So money had gone down in the latest odds there. The odds were reduced because the horse was fancied. The odds movement was 39.49 and the money continued to go down. This was taken about 11 o'clock. And I think if you'd have looked at 8 o'clock, the odds movement would have been 21%, as I recall. But when this was taken at 11 o'clock, the odds movement was 39.49. Result, Anna Jamila, run going away. Let's have a look at the betting there. So there I am again. And I have to say that most weeks are like this, and when you try to do the same, you will find that as well. So there I am, coming in with my bank, put my stake down, 2-point stake, which is the HRP Platinum Staking Plan. Horse 1, BSP, 3.05, £410. Thank you. That's the end of betting for me that day. Okay, let's have a look at Wednesday. So I've currently spent about 2 minutes taking bets at this stage. Wednesday, I actually spent another minute or so. You can see here, same thing again. Top rated in the HRP method suite in time order. Okay, now this was looking interesting. I knew that there had to be a winner from those first 3 bets because look, all of those first 3 top rated horses. And remember, what am I looking for? I'm looking for my best bet that is my earliest bet. Everything was lined up for me nicely here. 12.15 Weatherby, Alexander the Great, 12.25 Punchestown, Daily Tiger. People have been backing these horses. They were well fancied, and obviously they can't always win, but an appreciable amount of them do win. I knew that there was likely to be a winner from those 3. Let's have a look at what happened. First race was a loser, Alexander the Great, disappointing, tailed off at the end. Okay, so using the HRP Platinum Staking Plan, increased my stake by 1 point. Daily Tiger comes in at Leopardstown, Gigginstown trained horse, very well fancied in the market. Davy Russell on board, went off around about 7 to 4, 2.73 BSB. Bet 1, profit £319. Thank you. I'm already over £1,000 now. So, and I've spent maybe about 3 minutes 50 seconds on the whole job. Let's have a look at yesterday, Thursday. Same thing again. Here we go. HRP. This is what I do. I'm looking for my best bet. I'm looking for my earliest bet. Open up Horse Race Predictor, get the mouse out, click on HRP Method Suite, click on Top Rated, have a look at the bets. First race, 12.05, Warwick, Nesta Park, 12.10 Air, Buster. So I think, well, look, there's also, if things go a bit amiss, there's also a couple of heavily backed horses down at the bottom there, I'm thinking. So anyway, let's have a look at the results on yesterday. Boom. 1 point stake, 2 point stake, sorry. Nesta Park, very well fancied, ran a blinder. It was there was 18 runners in that race, but what you find in these novice hurdles, especially at this time of the season, these are big fields. There's probably only 4 or 5 of them who've got a real chance. The rest could be just running for handicap marks by and large, or just to get an outing, or to give connections something to do on the day. Nesta Park won again. There we are, £320. I've still got 3 days to go. I've got today, I've got tomorrow, and I've got Sunday to go. So I'll be looking to make about £2,000 this week from staking Horse Race Predictor using the exact method that I have unveiled to you here, and I commend it to you. Obviously, if you want to have a look at what's going to happen today, I fancy you'll find that it looks very encouraging, and all you have to do is what I've just outlined I've done over the last 4 days, and what I've been doing pretty much every day for the last 6 months. Okay, now I'm going to invite some questions on this. If you've got anything, just let me know. And obviously questions can be ongoing. They can be left on site via email, pigeon, anything that you like. But we'll always find a way to reply. So I hope some of that made sense. While the questions come through, because there's a time delay, what we're going to be doing on the remainder of this session is we're going to have a little look at the football predictor, and I'm going to show you the place diamond section in HRP, because this is a new method. I've also got some very exciting news about things we're going to be offering and providing for all of you in the coming weeks, and I've got some standout news about a Boxing Day bonanza we've got planned for you. Okay, any question? Let's have a look at Place Diamond while those questions come through. We put a new method in the method suite, HRP method suite. You can access it on the home page. Can you see it along there? Place Diamond. You click on it. Richard, yes. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to answer questions as they arise. So bear with the flow, okay? Richard, yes. The link will stay in this area, and you'll be able to listen to it and review it at any stage, as will everybody. Place Diamond, these are selections that have a fantastic balance between strike rate and odds. That means that the strike rate is relatively high and the odds are relatively high. In the club betting, one of the experts we've got, and what an array of experts we've got on this site, one of the guys called Mighty Tosh is running with the Place Diamond Suite every day. If you want to know how to work with it, you know, while you get to grips with it, follow Mighty Tosh. He's working with these bets in time order. It couldn't be simpler. He gives you the staking, he gives you the results, he gives you the analysis. So get stuck in there. But I do commend the area to you. We get some very high odds winners, and there is a subset of selections within the Place Diamond Suite that is showing a strike rate of over 90%. Okay? That's right. So for every 100 bets you place, around 90 of them are going to win. There's a subset of odds. If you're interested to detect that, I think Mighty Tosh has rolled it out. However, if you haven't worked it out, and I know one guy has worked it out, so well done you. You know who you are. Leave a comment in Mighty Tosh's club post and get a discussion going. And don't forget, ask and it shall be revealed. Knock and it shall be opened. Andrew Cherry. Okay, just going through. So, Norbert John, how to do the selections. Okay, Norbert, well, don't forget, I've gone through that pretty much on the HRP top rated. You can review this from the start. If it's still not quite clear, just, send me a message on the live chat. I'll be there. Well, I'm hoping to be there for the first race today, the 11:20 Southall. Just going through here. Michael Pickering. What do you do if the first two bets do not win? That's a very good question. Doesn't happen often, but obviously it can happen, and it will happen at some stage. Will you simply follow the staking plan, Michael? So if you go to HRP Method Suite, Method Maker, his club, he has the actual staking plan with full instructions of what to do. I hope that helps, Michael. Andrew Cherry. Where can I get the staking plan? Thank you, Andrew. If you go to Method Maker, his club in club betting, I think we're just trying to click on it now. So click on club betting, chaps. There you go, along the top there. There she is. Method Maker. Method Maker spells it out. There we go. The HRP Platinum Staking Plan. Great. Okay, I must tell you a little thing because we're going to move on slightly here. Whenever these races come up at Southall, 11:20, 11:50, I love the early morning races, because I'll tell you one thing, because when they start at this time, particularly at Southall, and nothing starts earlier than Southall, there's one thing that you can absolutely guarantee. You can guarantee it more than we're going to get a couple of winners at Southall today, and that is Christmas is just around the corner. Because at this time of year, when Southall starts having races before 11:30, Christmas isn't far away. And we've got a fantastic Boxing Day bonanza lined up for you guys. So get stuck into your place diamond here. John, can we get that same spreadsheet you use? Yes, indeed you can. That's available to everybody that's been with us for 3 months or has made 20 posts in the forum, whichever of those comes sooner. Okay. And I'll make a little note of that in my daily use column. Now, the other thing that that Dave has just pointed out to me that hasn't been mentioned in the place diamond, we've got a fantastic new tool here, and I'm pretty sure, I don't think anyone's mentioned the HRP split stake calculator. Can you see that? Let's just have a look at this. Hugh, I see that question. I'll come back to it shortly. We're just looking here, split stake calculator. Now, what we do, what is this split stake? Well, look, each way betting, think of that. Each way betting is designed to support the bookmaker's profit, okay? Overall, it's not a great way. You might win some days, but overall, profits will be reduced because of the way the odds are partitioned. Now, the HRP staking plan, our 1.9 split, is a much better way of doing that. However, let's take it a step further here. Let's say we want to stake £100. Now, our stake split at the moment with the HRP plan is 3 and 1, or 25 and 75. That is 25% on the place element of the bet, and 25% on the place element of the bet, 75% on the place element of the bet, and 25% on the win element. So let's just see what happens with our £100 stake. Our win odds are 5. Place odds, generally around that time, if there's 3 places in, you're going to be looking at, I would say, about 2.2 for the place odds. Can change, obviously. So there you go. So what we've done, we've split our stake 25% and 75%. Look at that split stake calculator. Your win profit is 190. Your place only profit is 65. The Squire last night used the exact same principle and got Roman Spinner, which was a course and distance winner, top rated in the place diamond. Sorry, top rated in the 630 Kempton, and it was also top weight as well. Won 6.6. and 2.4 in the place. That was a beautiful bet. But let's have a look if we change the stake split. Let's change the stake split to, say, 40% win. Good. Now, what we've got here is... Now, if you really fancy that, look, there's a judgment here. This is a utility that enables you to use a little bit of judgment, as long as it makes a profit. If you really fancy it to win, I mean, there's such a thing called cover betting. We don't actually do that, but just have a look here. We've changed the stake split. The calculator enables you to do that. 40%. Win odds, same race. However, if the horse wins, you get 232 quid, a lot more. If it places only, your profit is £32, but you haven't lost. You've made enough for a few beers or a packet of cigarettes. So you're ahead. It's a very sensible way of doing it. And to my knowledge, there is no comparable tool on the market. And that comes as standard. Right. I advise you to get into that, but don't forget the HRP Platinum Staking Plan talks about our official staking split. This enables you to open your shoulders and try your own. Hugh. Well, Hugh, I mean, as you can see, do I set a limit? Well, my limit is how much money do I really need? You know, I mean, 400 quid in a couple of minutes is normally enough for me. You know, it might be slightly different if you're building a bank, but 1 or 2 bets. So our official policy is to stop at a predetermined profit target, and I advise everybody to do that. This is across the clubs. Lieutenant K, Mighty Tosh, the Squire, Method Maker have all got varying angles on predetermined profit target. It is the only way to go, and it probably stands a webinar in itself. But Hugh, that's the answer. I stop when I've made a decent amount of money, and generally that's 200, 300, 400 quid. Normally takes, I don't think it's ever taken me more than 4 bets. Okay, now I'm going to start to wind up here because we've got racing starting in an hour. Look, before I want you to have a look at the football predictor. It's going to come up on screen, but I just want to tell you something. We're actually going to extend this utility of the webinar, and we're going to have regular podcasts which will include bets. Andrew, I've seen that comment. I expected it. I will come back to that shortly. We're going to include podcasts, special guests, all sorts of things. It's probably be about 2 or 3 or 4 events a month. So you're going to get a lot out of it. You're going to get extra insights. It's going to be a lot of fun. You can listen to it whenever you want. If you turn up live, that's great. But we've got an awful lot going here. And so I hope you stick around for it. Now, don't forget, we've got. I know there was a mail out went out the other day from a football predictor. But remember, we've got a family here essentially. We have the horse race predictor and the football predictor. They're all under the sporting predictor. There will be other sporting predictors coming out soon next year. We'll look at that again. I just want you to have a look at the football predictor because you can get the vastly reduced membership if you have 2. Last Sunday, there was a mail out that went out about this. I saw that. Look, huge amount of, very difficult to get sort of 12 winners on the trot there. A couple of them are pro tips, similar setup. So I want you to have a look at Football Predictor and have a look at that. Ask any questions you want about it. Consider the joint membership. Now, how I'm going to sum up is going to be tied in with Andrew Cherry's question here. Richard, we will do. Yes, thank you very much indeed. That's very encouraging. Absolutely appreciate that, Dave, and I really do. We're going to be building podcasts, special guests, all sorts of interesting articles within there, and it's really going to be something to look forward to every month. Andrew. Now, Andrew Cherry has written, as you can probably see, as a pensioner, I would only use small £5 bets. Andrew, I totally understand that. I totally understand that. And if I was in your position, I would express the same point. However, what other people have felt who have been in that position is I can't make these big sums because I'm not staking the big money. Now, this is where the Horse Race Predictor comes in. We give you the strategy for building your bank up. Okay? that means that we tell you how to set up your bank into points. We tell you the amount to invest in each bet relative to your bank. We then advise you to reinvest your points profit, because your betting capital must be separate from your bills and food and all the rest of it. It's something that is just for betting. We tell you how to reinvest your profits, compounding them, in other words, so that you can, over time, raise your point value. As your point value increases, your bank increases. Now, I can tell you, there is a lot of money in my betting bank, but don't think it just dropped out of the sky. I had to build that up like anyone else. Now, Andrew Cherry, I would advise you to go to the club betting, Mighty Tosh, the Squire, Lieutenant K, and Method Maker. All of those guys are building their bank up from a small amount. I think the lowest is 500 to be fair, but the point of this principle is, Andrew, that it could be £100, okay, because the staking principles and the bank split are always going to be the same no matter how much money you've got. So let me say this again, this product is geared to people who are building their betting capital up, okay? Now, you may like just betting in £5, that's great, but I'm sure you'd like to bet £5 from 500 as opposed to £5 from 100 or £50. So our job is to get your betting capital built up, and we've got the strategy to do exactly that. Get in the club betting, choose a guru to work with, and get into discussion with them. Any problems, you come back to me at any time, Andrew. Okay, so I'm going to cut it out there. Any other questions that people have got, you know where to leave them. I'm going to be looking at the races today. I'm going to be in for the first race. I'll be on the site later. We're going to have some further training planned, podcasts, all sorts of things. Thank you very much. We'll be seeing you soon. I'm going to take one last question. Well, Hugh, that's fair enough. Look, if you look back on the answers, everything has been, I've dealt with everything. If you go to the club betting, you'll see how they stake it out. HRP staking plan. If you wanted to allocate between place and win betting, use the split stake calculator. That's the way to go. It's on the top menu bar. I'll be seeing you. Keep it cool. Have a great weekend. Our very best wishes to you and your family. And we'll be seeing you a fair bit before Christmas. Bye for now.